Welcome back to Game Crunch, everyone, keeping you up to date with the latest in the video game world. Now, today, I've got some juicy stories for you, including, looks like the Pokemon trading card game. There was some prototype cards that were going around. Well, these cards might end up being fake, which is causing waves through that community. We'll get into that in just a second. And then we talked about Xbox's boss, Phil Spencer, yesterday. Well, he's got some more comments on the Xbox Series S, and he disagrees with developers that it's really not that underpowered as they say. We'll get into his comments in just a second. But of course, if you like staying up to date with the latest in the video game world, consider giving Game Crunch a subscribe. Really helps the channel grow. Really appreciate it. If you find any of this information helpful or fun or whatever, give the video a like. Really helps me out. And without further ado, let's just get into today's topics. Now, first up, we've got millions of dollars of pre-TGC prototype cards that are coming up that they may actually have been fake all along. These prototype cards, which were supposedly created before TGC officially launched, were auctioned off in 2024, some fetching up to $55,000 each. Many of these cards came from the collection of Takumi Arcabane, one of the game's original creators. To verify their authenticity, Arcabane worked with CGC, a leading Pokemon card grading company. But now, questions have been raised about their legitimacy. A collector known as PRF claims these cards were actually printed on a commercial printer as recently as June of 2024. Metadata embedded by modern printers reportedly gave this away, visible under specific lighting or in high-resolution scans. PRF has expressed disappointment, saying, "More than just the financial aspect, I thought it was cool to own a piece of history." Meanwhile, auction houses and CGC are conducting investigations with promises to share updates soon. Now, this story is still developing, but it does serve as a bit of a warning for collectors. Even high-profile sales and grading certifications can be called into question. So I learned something new today. I had no idea that modern printers could leave little metadata inside the stuff that they're printing that would kind of give away if, like the date they were printed, I guess, and kind of give it away as a fake. The other thing is the article suggests that Arcabane was so he's one of the creators, as I said earlier, so he was the one that had the cards and sold these cards. So that is really interesting coming from one of the creators himself. Don't you find that just a little funny? I don't know, maybe we'll find out that these cards after all were legit, but it's looking just a little bit damning at the moment. So let's switch over to Xbox. Phil Spencer is still defending this thing, saying that it's totally capable regardless of all this criticism. For those unfamiliar, all Xbox games must run on both the more powerful Series X and the more affordable Series S. But developers like Larian Studios, the creators of Baldur's Gate 3, and Game Science, which are the developers behind Black Myth Wukong, have argued that supporting the Series S limits game potential. However, Spencer sees the Series S as a strength. Speaking with Destin Legery, he argued that the console specs align well with the rise of portable gaming PCs like the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally, as well as upcoming devices like the Nintendo Switch 2. Spencer stated, "Our experience with the Series S helps us target a wide range of devices, from high-end gaming PCs to battery-powered handhelds." He even noted that Xbox's experience scaling games for the Series S could help developers adapt to the diverse specs of modern platforms. As for Xbox's future hardware, Spencer confirmed that prototypes for handheld gaming devices are in the works. While nothing is launching anytime soon, the goal is to innovate across multiple form factors while still supporting their traditional console lineup. Spencer also reiterated Xbox's philosophy of openness, saying, "There are no red lines preventing Xbox games from appearing on other platforms, including Nintendo's upcoming Switch 2. So I don't know about you, but this really just sounds like a bunch of PR speak, because obviously they can't scrap the Series S at this point. And when you think about it, it's what? I think is it 4 teraflops, and the the Xbox One Pro or whatever it was like 6, so it's actually weaker than kind of like a last-gen console. Definitely is slowing it down. Now, he makes the argument that it's more in line with some of the handhelds, because, I mean, the Switch 2 is being confirmed, like, compared to, like, a PS4 Pro, maybe-ish in power in docked mode. But the thing is, the ROG Ally, the Switch 2, and other handhelds, they have the ability to go portable. The Series S, you're competing with just at home, stuck to your TV consoles. It's underpowered. That's it. You know what I mean? Like it couldn't run multiplayer in Baldur's Gate. it's having a hard time running Black Myth Wukong. Like, this is such PR speak to say, like, no, like, keep buying the Series S. Makes absolutely no sense. Everybody knows that it makes no sense. Even Phil Spencer knows off the top of his head this makes no sense, but I've still got to push this thing. Corporations get a little crazy sometimes. And that's all the news I've got for you today, so of course, let me know what your thoughts are down below. What did you think of some of these pictures of the prototype TGC cards? And what do you think about the Series S? Do you think it's underpowered? Do you own one? I don't. I got the Series X. I figured why not just spend a little bit of extra money and get a console that can actually run the games really well. I don't really see the point of this Series S, and maybe, I mean, it's too late to kind of discontinue the thing now, but I think going forward, hopefully they learned a lesson here. Unless they're going to go with a handheld, I think maybe that's the only way they could kind of justify this underpoweredness of the console. But in case you missed yesterday's news, I'm going to leave a video over here and another video you might like over here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.